Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. The reason I wanted to go first is because there's been so much said in the media, and that I felt like it was important that I make my comments first. After the faculty representative makes his comments, we of course will have those comments that will be recorded and they will be responded to properly. The meeting today was not to respond to comments, it was for people to speak and express their thoughts. Mr. Chairman, members of the Board of Trustees, administration, faculty and staff of Edison State College, members of the public, my family members and friends who are here and whom I love dearly, members of the press, thank you all for being here. As you know well, we have important issues to deal with. I have plans for addressing them that I will explain in a few minutes. Before I get to that, let us all remember just how well this college, with its proud history, its visionary future, and its solid foundation, is doing. Students continue to enroll at all of our campuses in large numbers. As Mr. Vernon referenced, we are the fastest growing college in Florida. In just 3 years, our enrollments have increased 52%, to give us an annual overall enrollment of more than 24,000 students. An outstanding team of employees worked long hours with dedication and commitment to get our students enrolled in those classes. And a dedicated, hard-working faculty has continued to teach them in a caring and supportive manner. The focus of this fine institution, its Board of Trustees, its faculty, staff, and administration must remain our primary purpose, serving our students and giving them the top quality education that they deserve. Something else we must remember. At a time when other public institutions are cutting their budgets, reducing services, laying off employees, Edison State College is maintaining a balanced budget, increasing enrollment and services to our students, expanding its charter school system, and hiring additional faculty and staff to serve this growing enrollment. The planned budget for this coming year will add 12 additional full-time faculty to our staff. And at a time when many other institutions are giving no raises or minimal raises, last year the Board of Trustees approved a 4% salary increase for all of our employees, plus an additional 2% increase for our faculty. And yet, we find ourselves in difficulty. I accept, I accept responsibility, along with the Board of Trustees, for dealing with the issues before us. I intend to work with the Board to fix this situation in both the short term and the long term. Our goal is to return Edison State College to the collaborative relationship that we all had, and to protect the excellent reputation we have and deserve to maintain. I have responded to the 4 concerns which were sent to me last week in an email from Professor Swanson. Number 1, I have reassigned Dr. Browder on a temporary basis to a position that has no responsibility for academic matters. Number 2, I have reached out to Dr. Atkins. But he has obtained an attorney, and that issue is now in the hands of his attorney and the attorney for the college. The college has retained the law firm of Henderson Franklin to investigate the alleged claims of discrimination in hiring practices. Upon completion of this investigation, a report will be provided. The interim Vice President of Academic Affairs is reviewing the course substitution issue, and a report will be provided when the review is finished. Those were the 4 things. I've addressed each and every one. The faculty had agreed not to take a vote of no confidence in Dr. Browder or me if I responded to the above 4 issues. I have kept my part of the agreement. Yet, without any communication to me from the faculty leadership, I was surprised to learn that a vote of no confidence had been taken, and I was not given any reason for that vote. As I look back on how these issues became controversial, I realize that they surfaced because we were dealing with them in a manner inconsistent with our past practices of following college policies and procedures. When we have followed our past practices, we have resolved issues in a collaborative manner. We are a team. Whenever issues were raised, we have been concerned about all who might be affected by the response. We respect the rights of everyone within the college, and we respected the rights of everyone within the college, and we gave them due process to which everyone is entitled. We need to get back to those tried and true practices that served us so well. We have a long history of great relationships, and I will do my part to get us back to that relationship. And I ask faculty leaders to join me. When Professor Marty Ambrose spoke to the Board of Trustees last August, she said this, and I quote, "The administration and the union work together to make the college a positive environment that enables our district president, Dr. Walker's vision to be realized." End of quote. And there were more comments that she made. You can have the full transcription of her comments if you wish. And then an additional quote. "And of course, the college can never achieve its current successes without the guiding hand of Dr. Walker, our president who inspires us every day." End of quote. And there were from that in the full text. I give you that quote for the purpose of saying to Professor Ambrose and to the faculty, I want to restore that relationship to what it was 8 months ago and to maintain it for the long term. I have not changed in 8 months. I'm still the same person you said those comments about 8 months ago. I have a 6-point plan to accomplish this. Number 1, I'm going to provide greater transparency and full disclosure. Number 2, I want to engage an objective, respected third party to review the management team and processes at the college and give an unvarnished report to the board on how we are doing and what we can do better. The reputation of this individual should be above reproach, and I want to begin this effort as soon as possible. Number 3, I'm going to begin a series of small group faculty meetings and staff meetings, a listening tour, if you will, involving all campuses. I want to hear what is on everyone's minds, what they like, and most of all, what they think needs to be done differently. Number 4, I'm going to survey each member of the faculty and staff and ask them to send me their personal views and suggestions. They will not be required to identify themselves. I want honest feedback. Number 5, I'm going to establish a schedule of open office hours which faculty and staff members can use to talk to me about anything during those hours. Number 6, in the weeks ahead, I'm going to hold several meetings with students to understand their wants, their needs, their interests, and their concerns. I am dedicated to providing the leadership for achieving this plan with support from the Board of Trustees, faculty, the administration, the staff, and the students. In closing, I want to return Edison State College to the excellent collaborative relationship with the faculty and to maintain the excellent reputation this college has and deserves. I ask all of those who genuinely care about this fine institution to join me and the Board of Trustees in achieving this mission. I thank you very much for listening. Now I want to make a separate comment that's not part of the speech. I am sensitive, excuse me, I've been talking so much today I'm losing my voice. I am sensitive to the fact that in these difficult economic times, when many people are struggling financially, there is a perception that my compensation is out of line. My compensation has evolved over a period of 20 years and has been based on my performance and achievements. And it is consistent with the board's executive compensation philosophy. However, I'm willing to discuss with the board a significant voluntary reduction in my compensation. The amount will be determined and the reduction will be included from the budget for the new fiscal year as reported to the Board of Trustees. The board, of course, can do what they wish with those funds. My request will be that a special scholarship fund be established to be used at the President's discretion to help needy and deserving students. I know that we have some students at this college on the Lee campus, and there may be some on the other campuses, who are homeless. They need help. They're fine young people. I would like to use some of that money to pay for an apartment for those students to live in and be able to get out of the cars or off the streets. And of course, scholarships or whatever their special needs may be. Dr. James Browder has told me that he's also willing to accept a revised administrative position with the college, which will not involve academic matters, and he will accept a reduction in his compensation commensurate with the duties and responsibilities of that revised position. Thank you again for being here today, and I look forward to working together with you to accomplish our 6-point